300 years ago, St. Paul of the Cross had a vision. His vision was to gather companions and find places of solitude and peace. These places were designed to structure a life of prayer, solitude, and forms of self-emptying so that the community might be filled with the divine presence. Paul was passionately committed with offering each and every human being a way to encounter the immense ocean of divine love and to be transformed by it. Paul and his companions set rooms aside in their retreats for seekers of all walks of life. These rooms eventually grew to become centers of spiritual encounter for tens of thousands of men and women throughout the world. In the province of St. Paul of the Cross, founded in 1852, we have created many such spiritual places over our long history. Today, 4 of these centers continue to offer a thriving place of encounter with the mystery of God. These places continue to manifest the Passionist charism amidst the suffering, injustice, and pain so evident in all of creation. In order to best ensure the continuing vitality of these spiritual places, the provincial chapter voted in 2014 to move to a new level of incorporation with governing boards, bringing together committed lay people and Passionists to wisely guide the development of these centers according to the gospel of Jesus Christ and the charism of the Congregation of the Passion. Beginning July 1st, 2025, this governing board will begin its mission and ministry in the oversight of our spiritual centers. There will be upwards of 20 board members, always including 2 directors from each center, 2 vowed Passionists, at-large directors, as well as a representative from the Province Finance Board and the Executive Director of the corporation. The Provincial Council will serve as the corporation members and will retain specific reserved powers, such as approval of new board members, of executive directors, and of program directors. Additionally, the members retain authority over any issues regarding property uses or sale, and always reserves the power to disband the board of directors should there be serious reason. So while each center will be locally incorporated, there will be one unified board of directors who will serve all the centers. This unified board structure will accomplish several important things. First, it will ensure a consistent understanding of the Passionist charism, as well as appropriate ecclesiology and theology across the centers. It will also help in the recruitment of the most qualified directors from across the province. And finally, it will be a more manageable organizational structure for a smaller vowed community to oversee and to engage. This new moment in the life of the province is a testament to the enduring belief that our mission as Passionists retains all of its force, and that these spiritual places continue to be a public manifestation of Paul's charism that desires all of creation to recognize and be transformed by an encounter with the divine.
The power of a time for retreat, for individuals, for us all, is essential because we as human beings are searching for the meaning of life in a lot of ways. And the power of taking time away from the pressures of everyday life to let ourselves not just talk about our spiritual journey, our sense of faith, but the power of listening to the gift of God's Spirit in us, bringing meaning to our lives through that.
Well, I think it's kind of like it's a bit of a mantra to say that we're living in a period of unprecedented change, but we are. And those periods have happened all through the course of the church history and through world history. What's interesting is that religious communities have always kind of stepped forward and provided a kind of, maybe not a solution, but a very clear response to those periods of change and turmoil. And I think as we come out of a pandemic, as we go through a period of kind of institutional change within the church, coming out of the abuse crisis, alienation, people feeling disconnected from church, layered with kind of global change and layered with living in a period of enormous connection virtually. People are feeling isolated at a time when they have so many questions. And I think these places provide a unique or a new response to people to come to a place of encounter, to come to a place of dialogue, a place, I see retreat places today almost like the encounter with the woman at the well or the disciples on the way to Emmaus. They're new places that people can come to, unencumbered by all of the structures and demands and regulations. Come with their questions freely, with their searching for the divine, and be welcomed and received.
I feel like places like this is important to me because it's very inspirational just to be around other cultures and religions and feel needed and welcome. And you can connect with yourself and others as well. So I feel like being here is like, it's a no judgment free zone. So you can also be here and just be happy and also work and do the things you like, make new trades same time. So it's like, I feel like it's fundamental for a young person like me and the youth, that I'm 22, being here. I feel like I could inspire other youth and other people to come here as a safe free zone.
I just love it. You come in here, you get the guidance, you get the community, you get the love, you live the peace. A lot of people are also lonely. They live alone. So they come to the retreat houses to be with others and still feel safe, which is a very important thing.
After a 3-day retreat, this Sunday morning, I was walking up to get everything together for the morning mass. And I was walking up with one of the teenagers who said to me, "Father, before I came on retreat, I was ready to stop going to church. And after this weekend retreat, I want to come back." The power of how we can bring about a change in a person's life. Not we, but God in the center. And we become the conduit through which that happens in retreat work. So I just find it so powerful.
300 years ago, St. Paul of the Cross had a vision, and that vision has birthed a movement that thrives even into our own day. The church and the world has changed greatly since the time of Paul, but the mystery of Christ crucified and God's desire to build loving relationships with all of creation endures. Today, we are attuned to the cry of the poor and the cry of the earth. We are attuned to the struggle of every human being to find meaning and purpose, direction, hope, and solace. We are attuned to the need for places that welcome all of God's people. So we are caught up in Paul's vision, Paul's passion. We seek the unity of our lives and our work in the passion of Jesus, and in deep solidarity with our crucified sisters and brothers and all of creation. In this new, important moment, may we support the work of the province, and may we support and pray for all who now will collaborate with us to carry on the work and the vision of St. Paul of the Cross and our Passionist community.